Hi guys, so here's the thing. So I already had this video recorded and I was gonna upload it last week. However, I ended up getting a new smartphone, which is where I record all my videos, and so the data did not transfer, so now I have to do this video all over again. Ugh. So enough about that. So hi guys, let's just pretend this is the first time I'm recording this video. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And so the Danganronpa video flopped. We all know it did. I really don't know what I was expecting. Did I think everyone would move over to my cause and we would all infiltrate Kodaka's home together and beat the fuck out of him? No. However, with that being said, this video today is gonna be more on a positive note, because I didn't want my channel to just be pure negativity. I'm not Nina Bonina Brown. No, I'm kidding. I love her. But yeah, with that being said, this video is gonna be all about Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. I actually have a structure for it. So, yay. Last video did not have a script, hence it probably flopped because of that. But this one kind of has a script. I'm gonna structure the video in a bunch of different categories where I talk about different parts of Project Sekai, because I just love this game so much. As of recording today, we are currently in the More Jump Christmas, which, speaking of, Merry Christmas. So yeah, we're currently in that event, the Minori Christmas event. And we also have the, I guess the 7 Deadly Sins collab, which I did pull on, if you guys were curious. So far I've gotten Meiko, Luca, and Len, which L, W, and another L, because my only real goals were Luca and Kaito. But enough about that. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long, so this video will not be an hour long. I'm praying. So yeah, Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. What is it? No, I'm kidding. You guys can Google that. But first, what I want to talk about is how I stumbled upon this game. And the way I stumbled upon it was, well, I guess for that we really have to explain how I got into the Vocaloid fandom. And oh boy, that was such a long time ago. But the way I got into the Vocaloid fandom was because I remember very vividly seeing a video by Aki Dearest, which was I think top 5 darkest Vocaloid songs ever. And that was my exposure to Vocaloid. Yeah, really dark, violent, depressing music. So the first Vocaloid song I ever listened to, period, was Rolling Girl by Wawaka, which rest in peace, that man is a legend. And ever since then I was really hooked on the Vocaloid train. I kind of grew out of it. Let me say, I started off really liking Vocaloid in middle school. For the record, I'm currently a college student. So I started really liking Vocaloid around middle school. However, I kind of grew out of it in high school, and now I came back to it thanks to Colorful Stage and Project Diva on the Switch, which is a game that I used to play so often. I deleted it now because it takes too much storage and the game's kind of ghetto. A whole other story, a whole other video. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I've been a fan of Vocaloid for so many years, and then when Project Sekai was announced for English servers, because I literally had no idea that the game was out for a whole year in Japan. But when it was announced for English servers, I pre-registered, I downloaded it day one, I played it a little bit, and I was I don't know. At first I wasn't really sure, because I had played mobile rhythm games in the past. I played Archaea. Ciao. And I've played, I have no idea how to pronounce it, Cytus. You can figure that out. And yeah, I wasn't really sure. I kind of stopped playing for a bit after Anne's Forward event, which who wouldn't? That shit was ass. More on that later. But then I came back around the Marionette. Actually, no, Marionette came before. So I was playing a little bit during Marionette. I stopped playing when Anne's event came out. And then I came back to it like a few months later, missing a shit ton of cards. So yeah, and ever since then I've been playing literally non-stop every day. I've been farming. It's been the greatest thing ever. Like, I definitely will say, like, Project Sekai is definitely like top 3 best things to happen this year for me, because this year has been really caca. I'll just be honest. So enough about those ramblings. Let's actually like talk about the game itself, what we're here for. So I first want to tell you guys what happened when I opened the game. So you know that screen where it shows you like a bunch of different words and colors, where it's like do you like dark depressing stuff? I really don't remember what it said. I just know that there's like the colors representing each group, and then there's like a little bit of text, and you get to select one, and it tells you, oh fine, you get this group. I remember my first group was going to be Vivid Bat Squad. However, I was very curious about Nightcore 25, so I picked that one first. And this is the part where we're gonna talk. So the first thing I'm gonna do is give my first impressions on each group. And I'm gonna do this really quick, because if I like go member by member, it's gonna take a while. So first impressions when I saw Leonid, because I checked through all of them before making my selection. So first impression on Leonid was actually positive for the most part. Like, I thought everyone's designs looked really good. I was especially a fan of Shio's and Ichika's design. Saki I really like too, but she reminds me too much of Marin Kitagawa, which is a good thing. However, I was like, yeah, I've seen this girl before. Same thing with Honami. Like, I feel like there's something about Honami's design that is so familiar to me. Like, I feel like I've seen Honami in other animes. Like, she's been around the globe. Like, I've probably seen her in a doujinshi or something, and I just don't remember. And then next group is like More Jump, which I know I said I was gonna be very positive in this video. I didn't say that. However, let me just be blunt. When I first saw More Jump's designs, I was not a fan, because I'm just not big on J-pop, K-pop, dick pop, pussy pop. It's just, you know, I'm not a fan of like the idol aesthetic. And when I first saw the More Jump designs, I really liked the Airis. That was like my one standout. However, I just thought the rest of them looked plain. Haruka and Minori especially. Like, Minori's face, I feel like I've seen that face on the app icon for like Love Live or something. Like, Minori's default face and default sprite looks so much like a Love Live character to me, or like a band, whatever the fuck the other one is. Like, it's like Bang Dream, I think. So yeah, she just reminds me too much of those. However, I will say my opinions have changed over time. Like, no need to like get on my case in the comments about that. I'm just saying my initial reactions. Okay. Then next group, is it Wonderland Showtime or is it Vivid Bat Squad? I can't remember. So Vivid Bat Squad was actually gonna be my first group, because design wise they were my favorite. I thought everyone looked absolutely sleek and absolutely like stylish as fuck. So except for like Toya, I know some people are gonna lie and say, oh no, I did not see Todoroki at all when I'm looking at Toya. Like, that was just in your guys' head for projecting. No, bitch, that looked like blue Todoroki to me, and no one could tell me otherwise. However, I didn't mind it. I thought Toya was definitely like the standout design in Vivid Bat Squad. Kohane looked adorable. Anne looked like a very fun girl. And then Akito. Akito looked fine. His face. I can't stand that guy's face anymore. Like, Twitter has absolutely memed the fuck out of Akito to the point where I just look at him and I'm just like, whatever at this point. And then after that is Wonderland Showtime, which, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like any of their outfits. I do like their character designs, though. Like, I think Rui, Tsukasa, and Nene look really, really, like, nice. Emu looks fine. I don't really like her hairstyle or the way it looks in, like, her 2D models. But, yeah, then there's that. I remember, like, being interested in Wonderland Showtime when I was gonna select them just because they had Mikudayo. Like, I was just gonna pick their team just to be like, oh, is their Miku just Mikudayo? But it wasn't. I was very disappointed with what we ended up getting. And hatefully violent. So, and then there's Nightcore 25, which, fun story. The reason I picked Nightcore 25 first was because I told myself, and I was thinking to myself when I was looking at them, these character designs look very plain. That's literally the one thought I had when looking at them. I was just like, wow, these girls look really plain. But like, being a big enthusiast on like visual novels and stuff, I always know that the plainest looking characters tend to be the most interesting. So I was like, they piqued my curiosity, so I ended up picking them first, and boy, had I never been happier to trust my gut. So yeah, those were my first initial reactions. Primarily positive throughout the whole thing. It was just like One More Jumps designs that I was just like, whatever, towards. And Wonderland Showtime is outfits. Yeah. And next up on the list, I have the main story, which was like, Lord help these people. I'm just gonna say this right now. I personally think all the main stories, without exception, are pretty bad or pretty mid for the most part. Like, I think the ones actually decent main story is More Jumps. But all the other ones are flawed as fuck or are literally just designed to be like setups for the event stories, which we'll talk about later, because event stories are, in my opinion, the highlight of this game. So yeah, I guess we start with like Leonine's main story, which like, if you go on Twitter and see the word Leo mid being thrown around, it's probably people that have only read the main story, because I'm just gonna be honest, that shit was really, really boring and clunky to me. Like, I didn't like that Ichika was such a passive fucking main character. Like, before all the event stories, like side stories, I would have said that Ichika's the worst main character, because she really just doesn't contribute to shit in the main story. Like, Saki's the one like pulling all the shit, like taking charge. And then you have Shiho being a baddie. Honami barely gets any screen time. And if she does, it's like self-pity, which understandable. It's just like, if that's the only thing you're showing in the main story, I'm not gonna like you. So, but event stories fix that. They tend to fix a lot of things wrong with the main story. And anyways, the group starts off apart. It starts off with like Shiho doing her thing. Honami, whatever she does, work in Kanade's house, I guess. And then Saki and Ichika are like the duo. Then everyone gets together. They become friends at the end. 2 out of 10. That shit was trash. Anyways, More Jump is next. And they are a saving grace in main stories, because their main story is actually really, really good. So, let's talk about Minori. In my opinion, my constructive opinion, unbiased opinion, Minori's probably the best main character of the 5. If I have my biases in, I would say Kanade is the best, but in my heart of hearts, I know she's the best. I'm just being constructive. But yeah, Minori is overall the best main character. Like, her arc in the main story, well, she doesn't really have that much of an arc, but the way she like brings all the idols together, like her team members, is so well done in my opinion. Like, Minori is supposed to symbolize a symbol of hope, an angel, if you will. Tenshi no Clover reference, wink wink nudge nudge. But yeah, like, she's such a like solid addition to the main story, and she really does carry the narrative a lot, especially when she's like rallying all the other girls and making Haruka feel better and stuff. And then the other three like really get to shine too. Like, you get to learn a lot about them and their backstories. I was especially fond of Aidi's like happy everyday, like the way they went about explaining that, how she was basically just used as like a viral meme to get clicks and was never really respected for what she wanted to do, which was obviously be an idol. And then there's Shizuku, who is almost kind of like the same thing, but it's more so the fact that her band members are super jealous of her. She gets all like these modeling gigs, which like take up all her idol time, and then she like quits because she has enough. She's like, enough. And that happens. And then there's Haruka, which like, wow, tragic. No, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Wow, tragic. That's tragic. So overall, how does the story end? I don't really remember. Okay, they form one more jump. They have to figure out how the fuck they're gonna... Actually, no, that's event story. Is like, they have to figure out how to continue as an idol group without any clout. Like, they basically have no clout. So yeah, solid main story all around. If y'all thought this was gonna be like a retrospective or a deep dive, I'm so sorry. And next group is Viv. Remember how I said the main stories are mid? Well, yeah, this was the reference. This story made no sense at all. It was not cohesive at all. The group came together in such an inorganic way. It was... wow. Okay, so let's start with like sin number one, Kohane. I'm just gonna be honest, I think she's the worst of the main characters as of right now. Like, I think she's generally the worst because not only does she not bring the group together, so yeah, there's that. Like, Ichika's the group leader, like the band leader of her group. Tsukasa is the troop leader of his group. Minori is basically the leader of her group, and then Kanade is the Discord moderator, so she's the leader by default. But Kohane, oh my god. So Kohane is a girl who yeah, like, I don't want to dunk on Baby Bat Squad too much because I love them all as people, but main story Kohane really has no goals and aspirations of her own. Like, she's just a girl living a normal life. She hears Anne speaking and makes her heart beat, and she's like, wow, I want to know more about this girl. She goes to like a mosh pit, I think. I have no idea where she went, but she met Anne. Anne heard her sing. Her wig got snatched, and she was like, you're gonna become my partner because I have severe obsession. Like, I have severe OCD, and you're gonna be like my pet for now because I'm just so obsessed with you right now. It's literally unhealthy, and I should go get psychological help, but you're mine now. She said none of that, but that's the impression I got, and that's the impression I'm gonna continue to get as she gets more event stories, because Anne's writing is... Anne has some interesting writing. Like, I don't know what the development team and the writing team are cooking when they came up with Anne, but whoever the fuck says Anhane is a cute pair, you need serious help and serious evaluation, because obsession is not cute. Anyways, then there's Akitoya, who... the two of them, honestly, were like the most interesting part of the main story, because I don't know what the fuck Akito's deal was, being like such a like hot-headed... he was basically the rival character, but I don't really think he had to be the rival character. I don't know why they gave him that arc, considering it never comes up again in any event stories. So it was really just filler, or just completely random writing for the sake of having more chapters. But anyways, Akito is extremely unlikable in the main story. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I kind of get what he's going for. He's kind of going for tough love. Like, he's not going to let Kohane have any brace just because she's talented. Like, she needs to earn her shit. However, the way he goes about it is absolutely terrible. And then he punches Toya. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Then he punches Toya. And Toya, I'm just going to be honest. I didn't really like him in the main story. He was just kind of Akito's backpack. And then he suddenly became angsty. I reread the main story. I know I like torture, but I reread the main story prior to recording this video. I still have no idea why the fuck Toya wanted to separate himself from Akito, like, at all. I think it was like one of those, oh, he works so well without me kind of moments. And yeah, then the story just kind of becomes like a love story between Akito and Toya canon, and it ends with them making up, and then Anne being like, you know what, we could probably work really well together, and Akito being like, hell yeah, baby girl, let's do it. And literally Toya and Kohane are literally just being strung along Anne and Akito's thing, because their whole thing is beating Rad Weekend, an event that Toya never experienced, for one, and second, Kohane probably wasn't even born when Rad Weekend happened. I don't know her age difference compared to everyone else, but she's probably still a baby when Rad Weekend happened, and she still wants to pursue that dream just because it'll make Anne happy. Oh Lord, the ghetto. That's basically it. And speaking of the ghetto, I realize I haven't talked about the virtual singers at all. It's because, like, the roles in the main story are very, very, very minor. Like, I think they get more time to shine in the event stories, which, again, I'm advocating for event stories. They're way better. So, yeah. Do I have to rate this one? No. 0 out of 10. No. Oh, then you move on to Wonderland Showtime. Their story was okay. I think it was like the third most tolerable one, like the one in the middle. Sakasa is a very charming protagonist. I will give him that. Like, he's very, very charming. His angsty arc where he was just like, I'm a star. He had his Pearl moment. I'm a star. And he threw a tantrum at Nene. Completely warranted, but completely unnecessary. Rui gets pissed off. Emu cries. Miku is very annoying. Like, I absolutely cannot stand Wonderland Showtime Miku. And then Kaito is daddy. Like, he ate. Then the group apologizes. They put on one big show. They succeed, and the end. See, that one was very easy, because I think this one is like the most straightforward one. Like, the group comes together, they split off, they put aside their differences, and everything is peachy keen. So, yeah, if I really had to rate this one, I would give it like a 5 out of 10. It was okay. It was fine. And then you have Night Court at 25. Chow. Even my biases can't really save this one. Like, this one was a little boring. Like, the premise itself is very, very good. My main problem with it is that Mizuki and Ena are basically given none of the spotlight. Like, this feels like Mafuyu's story featuring Kanade. And for me, it makes perfect sense considering, one, Mafuyu and Sekasa are apparently the chosen ones because they can birth a whole sekai on their own. So yeah, the whole empty sekai is made up of Mafuyu's feelings alone, and Miku being the only Vocaloid there makes perfect sense. Completely wasted opportunity to have Gumi in the game, if you ask me. Like, Gumi could have been part of Night Court. However, don't really hold it against them. Hopefully Gumi gets added when they decide to add more groups to the game, which I think they're probably gonna end up doing soon. And yeah, like, Mizuki and Ena get like 1 or 2 chapters to themselves, which, like, I will admit the writing there is very decent. I especially liked Mizuki's chapter where it goes through their problems. and it gives us some like very heavy hints as to what Mizuki's story is gonna be going forward, which like great. And as side content really just feels like it's a setup for Pale Color, which I don't mind at all. Pale Color is like one of my favorite events in the game. And then you have Kanade, who I'm gonna be honest, I was very indifferent towards prior to Carnation Recollection. Once Carnation Recollection happened, she flew and she took my wig with her while she was flying. So she like became my favorite protagonist, period. But in the main story, she's okay. Kanade has like this fault where she has a savior complex, in my opinion, towards Mafuyu. She's like, I will save you. Don't you worry. I can fix you. I can fix you, Mafuyu. And Mafuyu's just like, okay, I'll just like wait. I'll just wait. And that's their main story. Naiko Miku is absolute standard. I have a figure of Naiko Miku on my shelf. She's literally staring at me right now, and I absolutely love her to death. And yeah, stan Nightcord, stan every group basically. If you like all these groups, that is okay. Just be who you are. And I guess now I want to talk about like how my opinions have changed after like all the event stories have happened. But I don't know if I should like show you guys like a tier list or something of all my event stories. I guess I can put it up on screen because it's updated after the Christmas event. So I'll put the tier list up on screen. But my impressions of every group have become more and more positive as the event stories have gone on. Like, for example, remember how I said like Ichika was a very like stale protagonist and like such? After the Sakura event that we had, I really liked Ichika because she really just feels like she feels like a perfect representation of the players, especially the Vocaloid fans, because I know there's some Project Sekai players that don't like Vocaloid. I really don't know how you like sleep at night. But yeah, like, or basically that whole event being Ichika thanking Miku for everything she's done in her life is amazing. I love it. You love it. We all love it. And then there with Saki, my opinion with Saki has kind of stayed the same. Like, she's a great girl, and all her events have just like shown that she's a great girl. Honami, her opinion has been like steadily. My opinion of her has been like steadily improving. I didn't really like her first event, the one that came with Hare no Watsu, I think. Or whatever the song is called, like Reaching Clear Skies or something. But yeah, I really didn't like that one. It was basically just Honami learns to take charge. Okay. And then the summer event came on. She started growing on me. I'll be honest. Let me just say, Honami started growing on me by the time I started reading the card side stories, because those are a whole other topic. But a lot of her card stories and a lot of Kanade's card stories have to do with the other. So like there's a lot of side content between those two, and I think their interactions are Honami's strongest interactions, period. And my opinion on Honami was like slowly increasing after reading those. But in the summer event, my opinions on her were getting better. Then her second key event came, the one with Stage of Sekai as a song. And wow, I think she's cool. She's not my favorite, but I think she's really cool. And then there's Shiho. Yo, Twilight Parade, Resonate With You. Those two events are so far peak Leonid, in my opinion. Like, Shiho has the best writing out of the Leonid members. I don't think she has the Moonlight Rabbits. By the way, I feel like I should paraphrase. The way I'm like ranking these are only using events that have been in the English server of Project Sekai. Why? Because one, I don't want to be spoiled, and two, I don't give a fuck to read an event from a fan translation, first of all, and second, I don't care to read an event that's not currently live or will not be live for like 365 days, okay? I have still not read the Ayane Desu Anna event, and that's because I don't care to until it comes to English servers. Considering one that banner has literally my favorite aesthetic period, and it has my favorite Nightcore commission period, but I'm still not gonna read it. Moving on, Shiho has the best Leonid events in my opinion. Like, those two are really top tier. And yeah, with like more jumps case, I think Airi has the strongest events. Like, Happy Lovely Everyday is peak more jump, and then Minori follows with like the second most prominent events with like Hopeful Stage, and the Merry Christmas event was actually really good too. I really enjoyed it. Like, I love when Minori has moments to shine and like spread hope the way she always wanted to as an idol, when she gets the chance to do that to the crowds, to the fans, and it's great. Then Shizuku, I think Shizuku, she's a great character. It's just I don't think she's like very fleshed out just yet. I think she needs a few more events for me to be like, wow, Shizuku fan. And with Haruka, y'all, break time was so bad. I feel like I personally owe an apology to all Haruka fans out there that had to experience break time, because break time was so bad. It was so boring. And then you have like the fucking Phoenix Wonderland event with featuring Kohane and Anne, which, oh lord, I feel so sorry for y'all Haruka fans. It's not a good. I need to know how it feels to wake up and be a Haruka fan. And then Vivid Bad Squad, I'm gonna be honest, their events they're mixed bags. Like, I think Kohane's events are good, but they're kind of forgettable. Akito has fantastic events, in my opinion. Like, his events are the best, bar none. Toya, I feel like, hasn't had enough events to explore his character. I know a Toya event is coming out very, very soon with, like, Vivid Bad Squad Luca, which, like, bad bitch, y'all need to bow. But yeah, Toya so far hasn't had a lot of development. I enjoyed the fuck out of Nocturne. I think Nocturne is a great event. However, there's not really been much else. He's kind of like a side character, which it pains me to say, but he's always like in like Akito's shadow. But I will say I enjoy Akito, Toya, and Mizuki as like a group of friends. Like, those three together always make me smile. And then there's An, or like one of my Discord friends likes to call her, that Shiraishi bitch. Raise your hand if you enjoyed Forward. Raise your hand if you enjoyed About Beside You. Okay, I see 2 hands raised. Raise your hand if you enjoyed the Anhane 8 chapters. Kohane. I love Kohane. Oh my god, let's hang out, Kohane. Oh my god, I'm on a date. Guess with who? Oh, it's probably with Kohane. Oh my god, how did you guys know? Oh, because that's all you talk about, bitch. All you talk about is Kohane. Like, the best part about that event was Mizuki grilling the fuck out of An for being so obsessed with Kohane. And then everybody else being self-aware. They're like, oh, she's going on a date? It's probably with Kohane, because that's all she ever talks about. Like, that's the only justice An gets. Well, that and being a big fucking ally to Mizuki. Like, An and Mizuki are probably the best friend. The best, like, friendship in Project Sekai. Along with, like, Airi and Anna. Like, they're just so great together. And well, yeah, that's that on that. Then there's Wonderland Showtime, which get fucked, Revival My Dream fans. You're not getting your cultural appropriation. I don't really see the Princess Mononoke connection, nor do I care to see it, because this is the same fan base that really tried to tell me that Leonie doing blackface was actually Gyaru, which, oh god. Let me start. Gyaru, where? Let me pull up 2 photos. Gyaru, where? First of all, where are the bows? Second of all, where is the frilly hair? Third of all, where are the big lashes? Fourth of all, where's the mascara? Fifth of all, where is the pink? Sixth of all, where are the nails? Seventh of all, where's the lipstick? Well, Honami has the lipstick on, but girl, I'm gonna get her. Because the way she's looking at me like that with those white ass lips. Oh god. Like all you really have to do is Google racist African cartoon. And the first result is gonna look exactly like these four clowns. Anyways, we're not talking about Leonid. We're talking about Wonderland Showtime. So like all their events are good. They're not particularly bad, but I just don't think any of them are standouts. The only one I would consider a standout is Tsukasa's like final event before like I almost want to call it a season finale. Like every time there's an event that has like a movie play at the end, I consider that like a season finale for the groups. Like how like the Wandering Hermits event was Night Court's season finale. This Christmas event was Momo Jump season finale, like stuff like that. But yeah, like Sakasa's season finale, it's the Tondemo Wonders event, but I completely forgot what it's called. But that one was actually really, really good. I enjoyed it, the big culmination. Phoenix Wonderland gets to stay, Sakasa's troupe gets to stay, Emu's siblings, which like Shao. That's a new Mineko reference if I've ever seen one. But Emu's siblings do a Wonder Hoy. It's just a great event overall. I enjoyed that one. Rui, I can't really say much because all he has right now in English is potatoes. So, potatoes was whatever. Emu had Smile of a Dreamer. The sports event, which was Kaka. Smile of a Dreamer was decent. Is that all she has? Yeah, I think that's all she has. Anyways, Nene has the Christmas event, which was okay. And then she has Ready, Steady, Go, I guess. Which was good. Yeah, like they have good events overall. And then we get to Night Court 25. Ooh, Lord. Okay, let's start. Marionette, not good. There you go. Marionette was really boring. I didn't like it. Like it was Mafuyu learned to feel a thing. Good for her. Great for her. Like I'm so proud. And then I think we had, I know people argue this isn't a key event, but this is a fucking key event. This is a key, a lock, and a chain. And it's Mizuki's Kamiyama High School Festival event. That was a fucking key event if I've ever seen one. Like, we got Mizuki's backstory. We got to see their relationship with Rui. We got to see how they looked alike when they were younger, which, like, wow. This was the event that, like, officially made me, like, a Mizuki stan. Not because of the whole, like, what is their gender identity? Because I frankly don't care. To me, Mizuki is Mizuki. Their gender is irrelevant. Like, all I care about is their personality, their style, and if they're a good person or not. Which they are. Spoiler. And yeah, this event felt like the setup for a lot of relationships down the line. Like, we got Akito and Mizuki. We got Akito Toya. We got An Mizuki. We got Sakasa and Akito. We got Sakasa and Toya. We got Sakasa and Mizuki. Like, it was just the start of so many wonderful, like, all my favorite, like, friendship pairs, like, platonic pairs come from this event. And yeah, it was just a really great start. Then, Mizuki has Its Smile, which Its Smile was okay. In my opinion, it was a setup for Hermits more than anything. Like, it felt like filler. It felt like Night Court's beach episode. However, I would lie if I said I didn't find some of it funny. Like, Kanade jump scaring the fuck out of Enna was funny. Kanade being absolutely horrified of ghosts was funny. Mafuyu fucking doing an exorcism without realizing it, which is only available in the card stories, by the way, but that shit was so campy. And yeah, it was good. Then Mizuki has Hermits. I don't really need to talk about it. Look at my tier list and go argue with your mama. Okay, like, Hermits is the best story we've gotten so far. So I know some people are gonna be like, oh my god, we didn't get to hear Mizuki's secret. How long are they gonna, like, stretch this out? Well, welcome to the real world. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ayane Von Riegan, and I'm about to explain to you how real people work and how real people need time to, one, sort through their traumas, two, get like overcome those traumas, and three, be able to trust people again after being like betrayed, I guess, so many times. So yeah, like I think Hermits is literally a perfect season finale for Night Court. And I can't wait to see what they do with Mizuki's character in the future, so long as, you know, they don't fuck it up. Then you have Kanade and Anna with, like, Kanade, I'm gonna keep it shorter because Kanade, in my opinion, has, like, less food for thought. However, her character writing is super, super strong. Like, Tricolor is coming soon. However, so far we've only had Carnation Recollection. And that event, in my opinion, is amazing. Like, I almost would have given it an S+. Had it not just been for the fact that we spent literally a whole chapter just going through malls, parks, pools, clubs. We went to Vivid Street. Like, Mizuki just took us on a world tour with Kanade until we, like, finally stopped at the flower garden, and then the writing got really, really good. So yeah, Kanade is great. I love her. I plan to cosplay her soon, by the way, when I go to Comic-Con this year with a friend who's gonna be cosplaying Anna. And wow, I was gonna say you guys can look forward to that, but I'm not showing y'all. The fuck, y'all not gonna see me. So then there's Anna. Wow, I'm gonna tell it straight like it is. Anna is not my favorite character, but in my subjective opinion, she's the best written character in this game, period. Like, I think she's the best written character out of Project Sekai. Because Pale Color, the Shinonome event, Hermits, all of these events show Anna... Well, Picnics, too. I haven't even talked about Picnics. Wow. Picnics, all of these show Anna in such an incredible light. Like, she's such an amazing friend and person. It's literally unreal. Like, you could say her only flaw is how often she bickers with Akito and how little her patience is. And some people would say her narcissism, but I don't really count that as a flaw. I think it's charming, if anything. And yeah, Anna's writing is literally on a whole other level. Like, I don't know what they were they could have given some of what they were cooking when they wrote Anna to An, in my opinion, because Anna is literally just too powerful. So is Akito. The Shinonome siblings have this weird ability that whenever they enter a scene, they just make that scene theirs, and they completely steal the spotlight from everybody else. It's kind of like what happened in Bout Beside You. In that chapter where Miku was supposed to be, like, comforting An, Akito was there, and as soon as he opened his mouth, I completely forgot everything Miku said, because he just completely stole the scene. And that's all I really wanted to say on the event story. Yeah, so, like, if I had to rank them, I would say Night Court. Why am I talking like Miranda sings? So yeah, if I had to rank them, I would say Night Court is the best one in terms of event story. Then I would say it would be more Jump. Then I would say it's like Leonid. Then it will be like Wonderland Showtime, and in last point is Baby Bad Ghetto. Yeah. You can tell I'm bored, but I'm actually like, I'm bored of real life, but right now this video is my escapism, and it's actually very, very fun. And yeah, so how my opinions have changed, I think I covered everything, honestly. I could do something else for fun, but I don't want another hour-long video. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this game. This game is an absolute, like, masterpiece in gacha games, which was another thing I forgot to say. Like, this game is a gacha, by the way. I don't know if someone noticed. This game is a rhythm game, it's a story-driven game, and it's a gacha game. However, I feel like the gacha is, like, the least important part of this game. In my opinion, the gems lie with the music, the gameplay, which never gets tiring. Like, I've played so many gachas in the past, and I've gotten so tired of them because all I have to do is auto battle to get my rewards. But in my But like with Project Sekai, you never get tired of the gameplay, so you never have to auto battle, in my opinion. Like the game is just great. And like great gameplay, great characters, gacha system, which is like semi-affordable if you think like 10 pulls for a spark is affordable. But yeah, like this game is incredible. Definitely my highlight of this year for me. And that's all I really wanted to say. Like, I guess thank you like very much for watching. Leave your comments telling me what your like favorite group, event, cards, whatever are. And I'll see you guys later, maybe another month from now, or maybe another week from now, because I have another video coming soon too. That is probably my most creative video yet and my most fun one. So stay tuned, and with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.